is coming. It's the American people and the people of the world. Global realignment against the New World Order. Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, they're in deep trouble. And so that which does not kill us only makes us stronger. So God bless you all.
Oh.
And the journey has just begun. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
For years, I've been telling you guys never to take no for an answer, right? You know,
well, it's just
to
the
keep
beginning.
pushing,
it's
to
the finishing of a chapter and the beginning of a new one.
You get what you want.
This is breaking news. The Onion has purchased Infowars. You heard me. The Onion. This is very exciting. I know a lot of us were worried that maybe a George Soros would buy it or some obscure millionaire was going to buy Infowars just to destroy it. And the Onion seems like a friendly buyer, right? This is 20 or so minutes ago. This is a tweet from Eric Pisty. This is wild, Jack Posobiec. They are shutting down Alex now. The Onion has purchased Infowars at auction. Here is a statement from Alex.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is 7:50 right now. I'm about to upload this to X. I just got word 15 minutes ago that my lawyers and folks met with the U.S. trustee over our bankruptcy this morning, and they said they're shutting us down even without a court order.
Wow.
This morning, the Connecticut Democrats with the Onion newspaper bought us. They asked, did they outbid? They said, well, it was competitive. So they changed all the bidding rules, made it secret 2 days ago. I had a bad feeling. I told you that. And just like they tried to shut us down back in late May without a court order, they're supposed to have a court order. There's going to be injunctions filed.
Wow, look at
I'm about
everything.
to go live out of Harrison's American Journal studio. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to be here until they come in here and turn the lights off. I'm going to say, where's your court order?
Wow.
So this is all going down right now. They want to silence the American people. But we're not going to be silenced. Be sure and follow me at the Alex Jones Network at AJN Live.
Okay.
On X right now. They're filed in court to take real Alex Jones away. That's totally unconstitutional. The judge already said no, so they filed in other courts. So the live feed going up by the time you see this at
AJN Live
and at real Alex Jones right now. Share this everywhere. This is a total attack on free speech.
Oh,
It's
damn.
completely out of control. The private security hasn't even been told all this yet. They tried to tell them last time, the other U.S. trustee, to shut us down on the court order. These folks said no. So this is all happening right now. This is the tyranny of the New World Order, desperate to silence the American people. The mandate of Trump against all the lawfare, they don't care. So the system still thinks it's in charge. We're going live right now from what probably will be the last transmission from this building. God bless you all for your support. Please support our sponsors so we get funds to stay on the air at the Alex Jones Network, the
AlexJones.com. Network.
Take action. I need your support. Infowars is really the detonator for this whole global movement that's happening. Your support did that. You're the reason it's happening. You are the resistance. God bless and good luck.
Okay, well, he didn't sound optimistic about that. Connecticut Democrats alongside with the Onion. Okay. Gosh, I wonder what that means.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is...
Okay, here's an article from the New York Post. Gosh, let's see. And then we'll tune in to his stream. The Onion buys Alex Jones Infowars at auction with help from Sandy Hook victims' families. The satirical, let me zoom. Oops. The satirical news publication, The Onion, these ads are out of control, won the bidding war for Alex Jones Infowars at bankruptcy auction, backed by families of Sandy Hook elementary school shooting victims to whom Jones owes more than $1 billion in defamation. Judges are calling for the massacre hoax, the families announced on Thursday. This is for calling the massacre a hoax. The dissolution of Alex Jones' assets and the death of Infowars is the justice we have long awaited and fought for. Robbie Parker, whose daughter Emily was killed in the 2012 shooting in Connecticut, said in a statement provided by his lawyers. The sale price was not immediately disclosed. Wow. Okay, so was it a tie then between the Connecticut Democrats and the Onion? This is a little bit confusing. Jones confirmed the Onion's acquisition of Infowars in a social media video Thursday and said he planned to file legal challenges to stop it. An email message seeking comment was sent to Infowars. Is the Onion not a friendly? This is confusing. Right. I guess it's not like the Babylon Bee. Last broadcast now live from Infowars Studios. They're in the building, ordering a shutdown without court approval. Jones said on X. Jones was broadcasting live from the Infowars studio Thursday morning and appeared distraught, putting his hand at his desk. It was immediately not clear what the Onion had planned to do with the conspiracy theory platform. Yeah, okay. Including its website, social media accounts, the studio in Austin, Texas, trademarks, and video archive. The Chicago-based Onion did not immediately return emails seeking comment on Thursday. Sealed bids for the private auction were open on Wednesday. Both Jones supporters and detractors expressed interest in buying Infowars. The other bidders have not been disclosed. The Onion, a satirical site that tries to persuade people to believe the absurd, bills itself as the world's leading news publication, offering highly acclaimed, universally revered coverage of breaking national, international, and local news events, and says it has 4.3 trillion daily readers. I didn't know it was that popular. Jones has been saying on his show that if his detractors bought Infowars, he would move his daily broadcasts and product sales to a new studio, websites, and social media accounts that he has already set up. He also said that if his supporters won the bidding, he could stay on the Infowars platforms. So this is looking like not the case. It looks like his detractors have bought it. That sucks. Relatives of many of the 20 children and 6 educators killed in the shooting sued Jones and his company for defamation and emotional distress for repeatedly saying his show that the shooting in Newton, Connecticut was a hoax staged by crisis actors to spur more gun control. Parents and children of the many victims testified that they were traumatized by Jones's conspiracies and threats by his followers. The lawsuits were filed in Connecticut and Texas. Lawyers for the families in the Connecticut lawsuit said they worked with the Onion to try to acquire Infowars. Whoa. Yikes. Okay. You heard it there, folks. Gonna be interesting. Hello, Mark Zart. Thank you for the orange boy. Hello, Mark. Good morning. Chrissy, Frank, baby Frank, muffin and waffles. Happy belated birthday, Chrissy. I hope you had a great one. Have you been enjoying the meltdowns over Trump's win as much as I have? I have. Oh, I put on too much eyebrow pencil. I have been enjoying the meltdowns. They are a bit different than the meltdowns from 2016. They are, maybe they're just as angry, but a little more unhinged. Thank you, Mark. You the best. Let's go back. Let's see if there's any more comments. Wow. Okay. What is happening? What are they saying on X? Let me refresh. Why would the Onion get involved? Huh. Onion posted an hour ago. Our parent company, Global Tetrahedron CEO via our parent company. Okay, this is a. All right, let me go to the linked article. It's tricky because it's like, is it serious or is it not? You know, it's the Onion. Here's why I decided to buy Infowars. Bryce P. Tetraeder, Global Tetrahedron CEO. Okie dokie. Today we celebrate a new addition to Global Tetrahedron LLC family of brands. And let me say, I really do see it as a family, much like family members. Our brands are abstract nodes of wealth, interchangeable assets from their patriarch to absorb and discard according to the opaque whims of the market. And just like family members, our brands regard one another with mutual suspicion and malice. All told, the decision to acquire Infowars was an easy one for Global Tetrahedron Executive Board, founded in 1999 on the heels of the satanic panic and growing steadily ever since. Infowars has distinguished itself as an invaluable wow. Okay, fuck these people. As an invaluable tool for brainwashing and controlling the masses with a shrewd mix of delusional paranoia and dubious anti-aging nutrition hacks. They strive to make life both scarier and longer for everyone, a commendable goal. Oh, okay, this is like a very shitty take, obviously. They are a true unicorn capable of simultaneously inspiring public support for billionaires and stoking outrage at an inept federal state that can assassinate JFK but can't put a man on the moon. Through it all, Infowars has shown an unswerving commitment to manufacturing anger and radicalizing the most vulnerable of society. This is insane. Values that resonate deeply with all of us at Global Tetrahedron. No price would be too high for a cornucopia of malleable assets and minds. This is bullshit. Everyone knows Infowars is Alex. They're gonna follow Alex wherever he goes. It's gonna be exactly what happened with Project Veritas, where it's not about the name, it's not about the brand, it's not about the network, it is about the person. Everyone followed James O'Keefe over to O'Keefe Media Group. The same is gonna happen with Alex. They're thinking this is like a W. I mean, it's going to be an inconvenience, sure, to set up somewhere else, but Alex is still here. His crew is still here. Wow. And yet, in a stroke of good fortune, a formidable special interest group has outwitted the hapless owner of Infowars, a forgettable man with an already forgotten name. No one is going to forget Alex Jones. He's infamous. And forced him to sell it at a steep bargain, less than $1 trillion. I mean, that seems pretty expensive to me. I mean, could it have been more or less than Twitter? Elon bought Twitter for $44 billion. Make no mistake, this is a coup for our company and a well-deserved victory for multinational elites the world over. What's next for Infowars remains a live issue. The excess funds initially allocated for the purchase will be reinvested into our philanthropic efforts that include business school scholarships for promising cult leaders, a charity that donates elections to at-risk third world dictators, and a new pro bono program pairing orphans with stable factory jobs at no cost to the factories. As for the vitamins and supplements, we are halting their sale immediately. Utilitarian logic dictates that if we can extend even one CEO's life by 10 minutes, diluting these miracle elixirs for public consumption is an unethical waste. Instead, we plan to collect the entire stock of Infowars warehouses into a large vat and boil the contents down into a single candy bar size. Is this supposed to be funny? Candy bar sized omnivitamin that one executive, I will not name names, may eat in order to increase his power and perhaps become immortal. All will be revealed in due time. For now, let's enjoy this win and toast to the continuous consolidation of power and capital, infinite growth forever. Bryce P. Tetrahedron. How shitty. What a strange article to write. I guess I haven't paid attention to The Onion in so long. I didn't realize their point of view. Wow. All right. Well, it seems like Alex Jones was very much prepared for this. It makes more sense if you read it in Dr. Evil voice. No, libs are not intelligent enough to be funny. They can do references, but they are too out of touch to be funny. I'm sliding further out of the camera shot. Oh, okay. Well, this microphone arm doesn't really extend to where I need it. So that's part of the reason why I'm over there. Young Pei Chang, my only Asian fan, thank you for the super chat. Whether it goes to 100K or it dips, you got to keep buying and hodling. What? Thank you, Young Pei Chang. What else are they saying on Twitter? I just want to go back up to X. To X? To Twitter? I'm going to keep calling it Twitter. Wow. What are the comments saying? Right Angle News Network. Translation: we just spent millions of dollars that we will never get back to take revenge on Alex Jones. And the chuds. Alex can rebuild, but no one will ever watch anything you guys put out on Infowars. It's true. It really is true. It's going to be very lame. I don't think they should actually. God, are they actually going to try to put content on Infowars? Like shitty, sarcastic content? Wow. No, that's going to be lame. This will be the end of the Onion. People will see this as a farce, and it is. Lol, you think you've won, and the movement he started will only grow stronger. Waste of money. You won't get 25% of the viewership. Alex will start another company and another if need be. You wasted your money. Congrats. The viewers will go where Alex goes. And I also think people are going to throw their money at Alex wherever he goes. You know, he might be completely bankrupt now, but he'll rebuild. People believe in him. Buy Twitter next. It's time to Bud Light the Onion. Yup. Yup. Alex Jones is Infowars. You bought nothing. If satire, funny. If real, funniest thing ever. So glad the Onion will be able to add some long needed credibility to the site. Huh. Wow. Yikes. It's who reads the Onion still? Liberocrat says, is it true you had the POS Democrats in Connecticut change rules and laws around secretly so that you could waste your money buying a show that people only watch because of the guy in it, and when he leaves, you can't fill his shoes? We'll have successfully tanked it, thinking, got him. All this tells the world is that the Onion is somehow an arm of the leftist tyrannical government. Yeah, I didn't know this. Anyone with a clue knows that what happened to Alex over the past couple of years is a disgrace. They will know. They know they will lose the Infowars audience and probably a lot of their own audience. There's no way to profit behind this. This should be investigated deeply once Trump takes office. No, it's like they just bought it to tank it. You didn't buy Infowars, you shut down Infowars. Where did the cash come from? Yeah. This is the front company used by the federal government to shut down Infowars. They weren't the highest bidder in the government auction either. They know the auction was forced by illegitimate rigged trial warfare scum. Oof. Wow. You just ended your company. This is the beginning of the end for the Onion. You haven't been funny since the Babylon Bee. Wow. Why waste money on the name if you don't have the face of the company? Yeah. You can't buy or sell Alex. Nobody will watch. Everyone will just want. Yeah, everyone follow Alex Jones Network, AJ N Live, and Real Alex Jones. He's got 3.2 million subscribers, followers on Twitter. I think he's gonna be okay. This is a big pain in the ass for sure, but he will rebuild. Get fucked, gommies. Well, congratulations on spending money no one's gonna watch or listen. Good job. They think by spending money to acquire Infowars in a rigged auction that Alex Jones is gonna go off air. Wow. Saying X next. Ugh. No, Elon can't let that happen. Wow, I thought you guys were better than this. Weird. Wow. Rest in peace, The Onion, bankrupt by or before 2029. So does that now mean that The Onion is federally supported, I guess? It's easier than having your own actual ideas, I guess. You martyred him. Celebrating lawfare by siding with the tyrants. Wow. Good for him. He's already set up. He's on Rumble. He's on Twitter. Look, just this handle's getting thousands of followers by the minute. I mean, when I just clicked on it, it was at 92. Now it's at 98. The Onion has 11 million followers, but barely gets a few thousand likes on their posts. It just shows how unfunny they are these days. Despicable communists. I'm shocked. Yeah, I'm shocked the Onion is still around. Me too. This is lame. They just spent a lot of money on this. Wow. This person's stupid. Too late. We won the election, and Alex Jones' appointments comprise Trump's cabinet. I mean, this will work because James O'Keefe just disappeared when he was pushed out of Project Veritas. No, he didn't. Everyone followed him. Colleges will lose endowments if they stay woke. The endless loan money will end. We're deporting your voter roll base. We have a bench. You're aging out. We have X. We have X. You have the New York Times. Whatever you thought you were, what happened from silencing this guy? You failed. You just made him look like a folk hero to legend. Lol, the left's attempt at creating a Joe Rogan. Yeah, that was funny. Okay, this is a little bit of his broadcast. Let's see.
They're nothing but Gestapo. This is the administrative state and the deep state's Gestapo. So they want to do it. Put the freaking camera on them. Let's get their names. Let's get their ranks. Let's put their photos all over the place.
What do
They're
you
going to be
think,
tough
Attorney
guys. You're going to see
General?
they're not so tough.
Absolutely. As you said, the hunted were now becoming the hunted.
I think Alex looks. I mean, obviously he's under a ton of stress. I think he looks good. I think he's lost weight.
The hunted are now become the hunters, and you're a hunter. You're a carnivore. So these guys are so tough. They're all a bunch of pencil necks. Your staff should put the camera on there and say, hey, can I have your name? Can I have give me your social security number? Right? Let's do it. If they're gonna shut down Infowars, make them shut down Infowars. You should stay up to the exact moment they pull the plug.
Yeah.
Once you pull the plug, you go up the road, you start the Alex Jones show. But this is a historic moment. For many years, you were really the only platform out there that were delivering this information. By the way, and make sure people understand this. The American people voted on their form of democracy on Tuesday in the real form of democracy that we represent for this constitutional republic. Yep. And guess what? We won and they lost. The jackboots are in your control room right now, got blown out by the American people. The American people do not support this. They do not support this. They do not support these Gestapo tactics of trying to shut down news sites.
Wow.
So let's force them to shut it down.
Yeah, I had no idea that Onion existed either. I thought they were a friendly group.
Freaking plug on global TV. The only way this is going to stop is when you stop.
Boy, was I wrong.
It's not going to be. You're not going to stop it by being nice. You're not going to stop it by just rolling over. The only way it's going to stop is you must stop it, and you can stop it right now. Have your team walk in there and say, pull the freaking plug. We're going to be on next. The last photo you show.
Yeah, they should stream it.
Plug on Infowars and Alex Jones. Let the whole world see it.
Yeah, they should.
Sir.
Absolutely. We just got another 100,000 followers at Real Alex Jones in the last 20 minutes. Everybody needs to follow us at Real Alex Jones. And at the backup, they're trying to take
because of all you guys.
AJN Live, warroom.org. We're all in this together.
Wow.
And that's I'm going to go talk to these folks here very, very soon. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I also learned more information while you were talking. They were piping into my ear. While we have such an exponential, gigantic audience, it's always huge. And so we're all just not
AJN Live.
We love each other. We're all like brothers. We're all in the same army.
Boom. He's about to hit 100,000 followers.
All the persecution of you has got you up.
I'm
seeing reach like 100 million people on. It's just insane today now. Trump has exploded everywhere. We're getting 100 million views a day just of Trump clips we put on Real Alex Jones. That's conservative, by the way.
Just fine.
I mean, it's total warpath.
They're making him a martyr.
We're winning everywhere. Populists are being
Thank
elected
God he
everywhere.
lost weight. I was
Globalists are taking the mask off,
him.
trying tyranny. It's only backfiring. Spend a few minutes, sir, on Trump and what's happening with the swamp. I like some of the appointments. Some of the appointments I'm worried about, but I trust Trump overall. I know you're advising him. What are we facing here with, My goodness, 60 something days
Damn.
to his inauguration. Give us the battle plan, General.
I know one of the producers over
Well,
there.
right now you got to
Infowars,
seize the
I wonder-
institutions. We
I
can't
wonder
wait
how
till
he's feeling.
inauguration day. And I think you're
Can you
seeing
give me any
by
updates?
these appointments. I think you're seeing by the appointments.
Okay, well, they're going to talk about Trump's cabinet picks for a little bit.
Of course.
I'm gonna check. I can check back in with them later, but I'm gonna get to some other stories. Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. I think they should stream everything. They should stream up until the moment they lock the doors on them. We want to see who these people are. We want to see the faces. We want to see what they're going to try to do. They shouldn't just walk out of there with their tail between their legs. Let's see. What's new? What's new with the homies?
All of us on X. I'm at Harrison H. Smith. Owen Schroyer
Harrison
at
and Owen Schroyer.
1776. So we will continue. We will have to change the paradigm again. I guess it's just what we have to do. No one else seems willing or able to do it. But we'll let the Onion do their sarcastic takeover of Infowars. It'll last about 3 months before they go bankrupt and get purchased by some other billionaire with ulterior motives.
Maybe they'll bring back the show that already failed one time.
Yeah, maybe, and we can't remember the name of it. Does anybody remember the name? Jordan?
Oh, they're annoyed. They're pissed.
I remember Alex had like a fake jacket that he had because there was I guess he put on a jacket for the show.
Yeah.
It was like an all-American jacket that he had.
Stupid.
But yeah, what's funny too is you talk about Vivek Ramaswamy, who said they want to cut the federal government down 75%.
Mm-hmm.
He's heading the Department of Government Efficiency with Elon Musk. Vivek Ramaswamy was one of the few that raised his voice and came to my support during my political persecution and incarceration. Wow. He's now about to be running the Department of Government Efficiency.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Matt Gaetz was one of the few people that stood up for me. That was in a congressional hearing that stood up to me and brought me up during a congressional hearing. He's now going to be the Attorney General, or God pray, let's hope he's the Attorney General. The Republicans, ironically enough, might try to stop that. Mm-hmm. But it was kind of like when Hillary Clinton mentioned Alex Jones during her presidential tour, when Donald Trump came on Alex Jones. It's like slowly but surely. It's like the acceptance of, as they say, the Alex Jones was right jar. It's like slowly but surely it's the acceptance of that. Slowly but surely it's the acceptance that, yeah, this was the real deal all along. Infowars was the real deal all along. Our guest, our audience.
Oh, wow, look at this guy drawing. Alex Jones was right.
The game changers. We were the renegades.
Great. Wow.
We were the Magellans of mainstream media's collapse. We were the Magellans that ruined the world map and said, no, this is the actual world. And yes, right. I am paying homage to the great Alex Jones Magellan rant that was done intentionally. So it's like we were the Magellans of the media. No, you thought this was the media?
Can you guys hear it?
This is the media. Actually, we are the media.
Has Alex considered burning the studio
the
down?
Media globe. No, you're exactly right. And look, everybody is Alex Jones now. Everybody's Alex Jones. And the conservative, right-wingers, they had to, out of sheer survival instinct, the Fox News couldn't resist the Alex Jones Infowars talking points anymore. They had to sort of move over to our side. Like, they're still neocon, they're still not great, but when you turn on Fox News, it sounds a hell of a lot more like Infowars than it did 10 years ago. Now, meanwhile, the left just completely fails to defeat us at all or counteract us or curtail our actions at all because they genuinely don't understand us, I think. Some do. Some get us, and that's why they're scared of us, right? They understand how powerful they are. They understand what we do, and they
should make the Onion really gay before handing off the reins to the Onion.
Distort that.
Make the show.
The average person. So they get it, and they're terrified of it. But most liberals and the people that the Onion owner is talking to in this letter he wrote are the people that genuinely don't understand where we're coming from. So they can't parody us. They can't really successfully mock us. They certainly can't, contend with our ideas when there's no censorship. So, when they do these shows, whatever they try to do to parody Infowars as they take it over and turn it into a parody of itself, it's not going to last because they don't
No,
actually
it's not.
understand what we're about or what we say. And you have to actually understand something to successfully parody it. Like I think it was Norm Macdonald always said, like you have to like a person to do a good impression of them. You can't do an impression of somebody you hate, and you can't hate somebody that you understand. So they don't understand us because they hate us, and they hate us because they don't understand us. And for that reason, we just baffle them. And when they try to parody us, it just
wow. And you know what? These guys will get jobs.
So they have a story up now. Well, I really don't even want to give them any credence, but yeah, I mean, I am curious, like what. I mean, I think it's obvious what they plan to do with it, but I'm just curious, like. So what, are you going to start publishing headlines like "There's chemicals in the water turning the frogs gay"? It's like as a joke.
Yeah.
Are you gonna
be like, we know?
Are you going to publish headlines like "There's a deep state that wants to kill Trump"? Like,
right.
What is it? Like, I don't. Fluoride in the water is lowering IQs. That's the Onion Infowars headline. As a joke, it's like. Is that what it's like? Are these people still living in the past? Is that what this is? It's like, do they think people are still living in the past where this stuff is real? It's not like that's not satire. That's not parody. Like everybody gets that that's what's going on now. Everybody gets that they're spraying heavy metals into the sky. Everybody gets that they want to control the climate, to control the planet, control the human, control the individual. It's like none of this works as satire.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, again, it's like satire.
If you're informed, it's not going to be
satire
satirical. Like, it's
equals
just
reality.
not going to land.
Like, I don't know what. I'm trying to figure out the phase of all of this.
But this is the thing. As you're pointing out, you're exactly right. Like, what are they going to do? Try to whereas meanwhile, like, if it was
I wish I could hire them. I wish I had the money.
Owned by the Onion, so I'm here to tell you, eat the bugs. It's time to eat the bugs, and we have to enforce global warming. We have to teach them about global warming by force, and they'll go to camps if they don't. Like, we could easily do a satire version of the left where we just
eat the
say
bugs.
what they really believe and make it overt. I mean, hell, that's what the pitch meetings are.
Maybe
They're
the quartering
easy
will
to write
hire them
because
all.
You just actually take the headlines, and when you actually lay out what liberals really believe in a back and forth sort of manner, it's hilarious because it's so absurd what they believe and what they think.
The Onion has been
It's not really the same with us. We sort of switch places.
Tax write-off.
It
just seems like someone has funneled a lot of money
before
to them.
That was a joke, but like it never was a joke. There always was atrazine in the water. Chemicals always were making the frogs
gay. Can't satirize conspiracies. That will just make it worse.
Your IQ. So it's not that is become true. That's always been true.
So
it's
much
just
more
finally, after just
of a focus
years
on
and
Infowars
years of
and on
battering
Alex.
ramming this information out, it finally broke through, and now everybody gets it. And so it's not funny to mock anymore.
I'm wondering what the hell's going on out there. I see people running around, scrambling. I know Alex is somewhere.
All right, Jones is about to come back in. We hear.
And I'm wondering where
Alex
we are
should
right
have
now.
a camera strapped to his head
from the new studio. Maybe is
all
the plan.
day.
Okay, so yeah, Alex is going to be hosting his show from the new studio.
Wow, so it's happening.
We've already got the satellite networks built.
Oh, wow.
Alex is ready to go.
That's gonna be sad.
I mean, you're here. You'll speak for yourself, but I'm not going to be silent. I've got a pretty good idea what the future holds. You can go check out the latest on my account on X at Owen Schroyer 1776. I'm not going to use this platform to make the announcement just out of respect for Alex and Infowars. But yes, there will be satellite networks. I'm not going to stop. I definitely intend on doing my show. I'm not sure what is going to happen today. Quite frankly, I'm getting a lot of incoming inquiries and interview requests. So I may just do an interview blitz to talk about Infowars and just lead people where to go all day and just kind of give them an update. Because I don't know. I doubt that any live program is going to be happening here the rest of the day.
Wow.
So I guess yesterday was the final Infowars War Room.
Wow.
I guess this will be the final American Journal. And I'm guessing that Alex is going to come in here and make his announcement, maybe a final farewell from this studio, and then officially launch his independent AJ network as well. And he'll give you updates there. For updates with me at Owen Schroyer 1776 on X, rumble.com/Owen. But I would say definitely Monday. We'll see what happens the rest of this week and today, but definitely Monday, I will be live at 3:00 Central. I will be live at 3:00 Central, at least on that Rumble channel. And I'm not stopping. I'm not going anywhere. I know Alex isn't either.
It's a beautiful
and I know
studio.
Harrison. I mean, this is your lifestyle as well.
Yeah, and of course, our audience depends on us. What are they going to do
Yeah.
at 3 p.m. Without Owen
Alex
Short?
could do a
So
show until the
I'll be
people
there
come in
for
and
them.
pull him
Yeah.
off the air.
I
That
will
would
be
what,
there.
how great of a visual would that
be
be?
there at 3 p.m. Central for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. I'm going to live to be 100 years old. I'm only 35. 65 more years I'll be on at 3 p.m.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'll do Moonbase until it's like we're the Iron Giant. We've been exploded by the nuke, and so now all of our little pieces have to crawl back and reform together. But until then, follow me at Harrison H. Smith. I think you can go to moonbase.show. We'll do Moonbase in the morning instead of the American Journal, but it'll be the same content on a scaled down
this is
thing.
sad.
I think to us the worry is just how do we do it with enough support to bring the crew along, because that's the real shame here is that as I've always described,
it's a small
Infowars is this
operation there,
battleship,
but
and
they got it.
It allows
gotta
us to be
do right by
bigger
their
than
crew.
the sum of our parts. We have the most amazing artists, the most amazing technical directors, the most amazing. I mean, I don't even understand. I worked on the technical side. I worked behind the scenes for a long time. Still, when these guys start talking, I'm like, what are they even saying? Using code words? I don't even get it. It's this incredibly talented crew that we've gathered together.
Wow.
And it allows us to man our stations, do our part, and together we operate this massive and powerful ship. And now it's like we're all sort of in our own little rowboats going off by ourselves, but we're not going to stop. We're all still headed in the same direction. Hopefully we can just,
if Fox got shut down instead of firing Tucker, it would be the same thing. Yeah, you're right.
In an even more powerful way soon. But Alex Jones was... whenever he wants to come in, he'll come in and make the announcement. But go to AJN Live.
Infowars was always
AJN
so
Live
good
on
to
X,
me.
The Alex Jones
Anytime I had a
store.com
show
where
in
you can support
Texas,
the new endeavor,
they would have me on.
It's just surreal.
They would
that
always let me
finally
come
here.
on
We've been
promote.
waiting for this
God,
moment for so long,
and
here we
tweeted
are.
this out. Like one of my favorite memories was when I hosted the War Room.
Did you ever see the
for
movie
Owen.
Real Big Fish?
This
a long
was
time
maybe
ago,
like
yeah.
It's one of my favorite movies ever.
a couple years ago.
There's an
Was it?
important
It might have
message
been
at the end of that
'22.
movie.
And they were
I
like,
feel
"Yeah, you
that's
can host
kinda
the
where
whole
we're
show,"
at.
and it was 3 hours of
And it's
absolute
all about
hijinks
the
and
journey.
hysterical
It's not about the death. It's
and
not about
jokes.
the goodbye.
And I
It's all
brought on
about
like
the
all of
journey.
my Texas
And the
friends.
journey here at Infowars has been
Brittany,
epic. It's changed the world.
Venti was
and
on,
I'm
Lila
just,
was
you
on.
know,
That's where
I'm
that
honored to be a
viral
part
clip
of
of
it.
her doing that Fauci rant.
Stay there, Harrison. I'll take over the seat.
Oh.
And then I'll tell you what's going on. All
right, 5 minutes, folks.
5 minutes.
5 minutes until the announcement.
Okay, well, we have to hear this.
And we'll get an update in 5 minutes. It's all about the journey. And, Alex always reads that quote. And I ironically, strangely, coincidentally, it was a quote that I had. It was
it was fun.
When I first made
I had Quarterback Garrett on, Gary Beekler was on. It was just one of the absolute best times. They've always been so gracious and generous towards me.
Dare to strive for something, those who dare to risk failure,
always letting me come on.
Triumph. So
just a great bunch.
Doesn't feel good getting shut down. Certainly, it's a failure in some regard, or it's a defeat, I should say, in some regard. But it's like, what was, we wouldn't have tried this. If we knew this was the outcome, would we have never tried? No, of course not. We did know this was the outcome, and we did. Put all of our
yes,
effort
what a
into
great
it,
time for me to retweet that.
Put all of our effort into it. So, this is the price you pay for trying to do great things.
Well, to me, it's the confirmation of everything that we've been fighting against,
100%.
And sometimes you have to go out there and you have to play that role. And it's not the role that we would have picked to play, but we'll fight the battles we have to fight. But again, it's like, why did King Leonidas go with 300 men to march into the armies of darkness against the Persians? Well, because he wanted to show and like you said at the end, he wanted to show that even a god king can bleed.
I find that.
And so that's why when he hits
Sandy Hook thing,
Xerxes
was that in poor taste?
The spear
to repost
and he
that?
cuts him and he's bleeding, and then he just sits there and he's just like, I've done it.
Yep.
Like, my mission is over. He didn't even care. Xerxes didn't die. They didn't defeat the army. All of his men died. None of that mattered, because in that moment he showed that even a god king can bleed, and he knew it was now over for them. It didn't matter. It didn't matter his fate or the fate of the 300. He knew it was now over for Xerxes. He knew that Xerxes was now dead, not King Leonidas. And so kind of that's like the moment I feel like we're in right now. It's just like, now we're just sitting here. The arrows are about to come down. We're looking over at one another, nodding our heads, saying, what an honor it was. What an honor it was.
Aww.
Going into the battle knowing tonight we dine in hell, knowing this would be the end, knowing what we're
Someone
putting
needs to
on the
put
line.
Alex's face on this. We need to meme this right
Yeah.
now. Put Alex's face on King Leonidas, and then have Harrison and me and Rob Dew and the crew and everybody behind him.
And then, of course,
the final moment happens.
And then, of course, not only is it the time needed to gather reinforcements for the real battle to come, but it's the story of Leonidas that inspires the rest of Greece to stand up and fight back. So that's where we're at now. This is this 300, or like the Alamo. I mean, the Alamo was a defeat. Everybody there died. But when you have 186 men fighting off 5,000 and holding them off for 2 weeks straight, that's a victory. That's a victory that ensures the greater victory. So you can lose the battle and win the war. And this is a battle where the odds have been rigged against us. They have pulled out every hook and crook and trick in the book, from declaring us guilty before ever
Why
having
can't
a
I
trial,
find my
having a show
thing? Oh,
trial.
here it is.
And, you know, it's something that I've mentioned before, but it's worth emphasizing. What happened to Alex Jones in the courtroom? People look at it and go, well, but he had a trial. It's called a show trial, folks. People don't understand. It's like Americans think that if tyranny isn't goose stepping down Main Street, it's not tyranny. No, this is tyranny. Has to and always cloaks itself in the legitimate function of a government. You have to have show trials. You have to appear as though you're following the law. That's how tyranny always imposes itself. So don't tell me, well, Alex Jones had a trial. Look at the details. Look at what the people involved said, from the lawyers to what Alex Jones himself said about what was going on. It was not a trial. He was prevented from even referencing the First Amendment to claim his free speech. It was never about declaring him guilty or not guilty. It was about declaring him guilty or super guilty, and then just deciding how guilty that was. Total kangaroo court show trial that would make you know, Hitler or Mussolini blush. This is tyranny. This is what it looks like. This is how it's activated. This is how it takes America down.
Well, and you know, I've been in the wrong corner of the triangle that is the courtroom, the judge, the prosecutors, and then the defendants. And I've been in the wrong side of that triangle too many times. And you know, you always hear the saying, well, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I really wouldn't, actually. I would not wish upon even my worst enemy a rigged courtroom against them. If my worst enemy is a criminal and they're in a courtroom,
let's see how many followers he's up to now.
Justice, even in that situation, I want justice. Obviously, I don't want
114.7K followers on Twitter for the AJN Live Alex Jones Network.
And it's a really empty, hopeless, shocking twilight zone feeling. You know, not just as an American. I mean, even just your human instincts when you're in that, even just your soul, your humanity is just like, oh my gosh, like this is as corrupt. I mean, that's like as corrupt as it gets, really, when you think about it. When you can rig a justice system or the government or a court system against somebody or against an idea or against a group of people, that's really about as bad as it gets, because really the next step after that, of course, is just rigging violence against people. I mean, that's the last step before you just go violent against the same ideology or people or group. And so I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemies.
This was done Infowars announced because they beat the mainstream media. Trump
I want justice is what I want. And so I hope that other people don't have to experience that. I hope that in 4 years of this next Trump administration, we can try to get some semblance of justice back. I mean, it's never going to be perfect. It's almost just imperfect on its face, you know, but at least we can have
they treated and persecuted Steve Bannon.
You feel like, I mean, I look at some of these things and I'm like, this is what causes lawyers to get a bad name. And this is what causes people to not trust the justice system. You know, the same thing happening with Donald Trump. People see that and they just say, wow, if they can rig it against Donald Trump, if they can rig it against Alex Jones, then they can rig it against anybody.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's just such a shame. And of course,
too much of a threat
thing in criminal law is like, this question: is it better to let 10 innocent people go, or falsely convict one? Or 10 guilty people go, or
they've already changed the lower third.
Our system is set up to avoid at all costs convicting an innocent person, because people get away with crimes every single day. I probably sped on the way here. That's me getting away with a crime, right? It's like that's incumbent in the system. People are going to get away from going to get away with a crime. That's not the worst thing in the world. You want to minimize that. But an innocent person being subjected to a system and being falsely convicted or having it rigged against them, that is such a malfunction of the system. It is just 1,000 times worse than guilty getting away. It's innocent people being convicted. And that's
okay. So we're just waiting for Alex to come on and say a statement.
And not just convicted,
That's
but
why we're
having
watching this, and
just
then God, who knows
incredible,
what people
way
are there, if
beyond
they're packing up
any
the stuff already.
semblance of justice or fairness. The punishment against us, cruel and unusual, I think would be the term for it.
Well, it's the onion. It feels like you've just bit into an onion.
Huh.
Again, it's just like it's satire stacked on top of satire at this point.
Yeah.
That's what the message is coming to me. It's like, is this a joke?
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah. I mean, and it's almost, I mean, it's the fact that these people will use this incredibly powerful, unfair, rigged system to their own benefit.
Yep.
And then parade around like they did something great. I mean, I always use the analogy of Salacious Crumb, right? This little yapping, laughing Chihuahua dog that sits with Jabba the Hutt, because they associate themselves and they get near to this giant, corrupt, slimy slug monster, and that makes them feel powerful. They think they are the powerful ones at that point, which is fine. Laugh all you want. We're the Jedi. We are destined to win in the end. So laugh all you. So laugh it up. Laugh it up. The Onion. It's very fun watching the First Amendment be eviscerated in real time.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's really the story here, is if they can take Alex Jones' free speech, his likeness, his name, everything he's working on, his First Amendment, then they can do it to anybody. All right, we just heard the deep, grumbly voice of Alex Jones. Harrison, this has been your show for years. I'm going to let you close this out before Alex takes over.
Well, what an unexpected and shocking twist, folks. Alex Jones has talked to the feds. He's going to give you the breakdown and the latest news. We're going to show a short promo and be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
I ask that with your verdict, you not only take Alex Jones' platform that he talks about away. I ask that you make certain he can't rebuild the platform. That's what matters. Take him out of this discourse, of this misinformation, of this peddling of lies, and make sure he can't do it again. That is punishment. That is deterrence.
But somewhere out there right now is another thing. Getting their triggers. Fixing their lunches. Going to work. Picking up their kid. And there's going to be a day when that child doesn't come home from school. And we know it, and it's sad, and that's reality. And the question is going to be, where is Alex Jones when that happens? Is he in the studio? Getting ready to announce? Or will you stop him?
You can't stop Alex Jones.
That's going to be in your hands. And then if we get all done with all the evidence, we're going to come back and we're going to ask this. Because that's what justice is in this case.
I hope that we never see someone like him again. I hope that with your verdict, he can go away.
Yeah, good point, Gabe. Alex doesn't lie more than any other news organization.
Society's inability to speak without
And I don't think he's
lies.
intentionally, if he gets something wrong, I don't think it's intentional.
He is patient zero for alternative facts.
Yeah, there's going to be a resolution made under what these claims are valued at. And that's also going to have to take into account what the Lafferty claims are valued at, and the Posner claims are valued at, and the Fontaine claims are valued at. And that is why I've been saying
AlexJonesStore.com. So is that still good?
There's going to be a large set of plaintiffs
Did he set
who are
up
going
a
to be
new,
dividing up the corpse of Infowars in
a
the
new
bankruptcy
store?
estate. And over the course of that process, that could get very, very dangerous for Mr. Jones, because there is going to be a new level of financial scrutiny. And if, some lawyer like me can basically find out that he's hiding the keys to the candy store, pull it out in front of him on the stand, I can only imagine what federal receivers might do.
All right, and that was 2 years ago, and federal receivers came in and found nothing wrong, and I got a $4.3 million tax return in the IRS audit because we'd overpaid taxes, and
Wow, he looks great.
Assets, and that went into the bankruptcy and into the whole system. All right, so this could be the last minute of me on air out of these studios for the last 16 years. Infowars for 27 of it on air, 30 and a half years. Follow us right here at Real Alex Jones on X at AJN Live. Be sure to follow that, the Alex Jones Network. I'm going to sign off here. I'm not going to give away legal strategy, but what they did, and I've talked to the lawyers and what went on with the so-called auction and the way it was done and the fact that I knew it, they don't even deny it now. A lower bid was allowed to have the assets. No amount of money that we would have brought forward with our folks we're working with would have been there.
That's
and
insane.
I told the crew that. I told them they would have a shutdown by Thursday morning. So this was expected by me. And that's what this is. So it's 10:26. And I'm about to sign off here. We'll, run some clips and things to, fill up the time here. And then in about 33 minutes from now, if you're watching on the streams at Real Alex Jones and the streams at AJN Live, you will see me out of the news studio, the news desk. There's a bigger studio that's almost done there as well.
Wow.
And we've got backups on top of that with folks. Several people own it, run it. They're going to try to get that too. It's not going to work. And the Streisand effect is happening. The system doesn't want you to know this information. So they're turning off the internet. They're turning everything off here. And so that's in process right now. Infowars is turned off. Banned out video is turned off. And so there is a very good chance that we will be back here in the next few days as soon as the judge has an emergency hearing. And this will, this what I believe is injustice and wrong will be upended. And so discretion is the greater part of valor. And so the feds that were here left. And when they heard Steve Bannon say, go put cameras on them, that's not what I was going to do. I wanted to go talk to them. I did talk to them over the phone, and they're going to Houston for the emergency hearing that the folks I was working with that put in real bids were just denied the process. They went and paid. They went and put down deposits. They did everything right. And then, nope, sorry, lower bid gets it.
Wow.
And that's all coming out in court. So, and if the judge wants to certify this, and that's what America is so far, we know that we've got to continue to work to restore our republic, but we've won. Trump's in. We're turning the tide. We haven't won the war. We've won the major battles. And so I just want to, commend the crew. I want to, commend everybody for the hard work over the years that they have done. I want to thank the listeners and the viewers that over the years have fought so hard to keep us on air. This is not a victory for the bad guys. This is them being revealed. This is them being brought out in the open. This is the globalist tyranny being forced to take the mask off.
Wow.
And so this will only backfire. That's 100% clear. Streisand effect. Because you are going to take all my old clips, all our live shows, everything we do, and know that the system doesn't want you to have this because we are effectively bringing America back in a peaceful second American revolution. So I'm going to sign off here, and you'll find us obviously at alexjones.network and realalexjones.com and alexjones.live and on X at realalexjones and at AJN Live. And then, of course, all the rest of the crew and hosts and people have their own great spaces there, Rumble spaces. We'll see you at the Great Rumble. It's all happening right now. History is unfolding, and they wanted me off the air long before the election. They tried, but because you backed us, we stayed on air through 7 years of lawfare, almost $80 million they filed in court. They've spent trying to shut us up. They admit it was never about money. I didn't do any of the things they said I did. They had judges find me guilty. It was all a lie. And so we are victorious. That's why we're under attack. We're truthful. We're honorable. And our ancestors, I can guarantee you, are proud of us, and they're proud of all of you that have supported. So to continue on, please support our sponsor, thealexjonesstore.com. And, of course, my dad's great supplement company, drjonesnaturals.com. And that will keep us in the fight. I will never surrender. I will never back down. It is impossible for me to quit, and especially in our moment of victory as we see the deep state totally revealed. But they thought shutting me down was going to work. Now you got Elon Musk, basically a smarter, even better clone of my worldview, which is the real worldview of how things are actually going down. We are the future. We are the resistance. And you got Joe Rogan totally awake, Tucker Carlson, just everybody else. So that meme of, where I'm coming out of the tunnel and there's hundreds and hundreds of Alex Joneses, the clones, it's here. And so that's what it's all about. So now it's up to you, Paul Revere's, to take the links, to follow Real Alex Jones on X, at Real Alex Jones and at AJN Live. And it's up to you to make sure that this beachhead we had to take our country and the world back from the hands of the globalist, technocrat, transhumanist, Satanist, pedophiles will be successful. So for myself, the entire Infowars crew, for my family, we are all one family. I love you.
117K.
And our greatest work is ahead. And in the final words, I will say here of John Paul Jones, the founder of the U.S. Navy, when his ship, half the size of the British frigate with more than double the troops and Marines on board, was sinking, the British captain hailed across on the old-fashioned bullhorn. It wasn't electric, but through a bullhorn. Would you like to give up? Would you like quarter? And John Paul Jones said, I have not yet begun to fight. And that's in the old English. I've only begun to fight in the common,
I wonder if he's going to cry. Maybe he's not the crying type.
Of English. And of course, as his ship sunk, he tied it to the British. They took the ship, saved both ships. And that's where you get, I've only begun to fight. And that's exactly what's happening. So my sinking ship is here, tied to the new ship.
He really looks good.
The whole
Good for him.
of ships is coming. It's the American people and the people of the world. Global realignment against the New World Order. Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, they're in deep trouble. And so that which does not kill us only makes us stronger. So God bless you all. And the journey has just begun. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
For years, I've been telling you guys never to take no for an answer, right? You know,
well, it's just
to
the
keep
beginning.
pushing,
It's
to
the finishing of
never
a
hang up the
chapter
phone
and the beginning of a
till
new
you
one.
get what you want.